First off, Big Pharma is not curing anyone. No. Medicine, I know 100 people on depression medicine, and guess what?
They're way more depressed.
They're still depressed. You got to stop depending on the doctors and the medications to cure you, to fix you, to do this when you're not willing to do the work. It takes hard work to get through tough times. And here's the problem with the generation is nobody's willing to put the hard work in to get through the tough times. They get to the tough times and then they just want to sit on the couch hoping somebody, something, some doctor, some medication, somebody, the government pays for me because I'm going to sit on the couch because I can't work because I got anxiety.
No, they're on Amazon looking for a trophy.
Guys, if you want to change your life, you have to do it. Bring in the gods. It's talking about us.
Oh, okay. Here we are.
Oh, crap.
Boom.
All right, guys. Welcome to the show. Welcome to another edition of Talk Hard Podcast, where we like to talk hard about everything on the planet that is known to mankind. We like to pee you off. We'd like to upbring you. Welcome to Talk Hard Podcast, ladies. Welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to Talk Hard Podcast.
Man.
My name is Marty Norman.
I am still Brian Gordon.
Still, he hasn't changed a bit. Not even from...
No. I've changed just a little bit. I just now realized because I've got a hole in my jeans that I can charge twice as much as I paid for them.
Oh, yeah, that is a thing.
Oh.
Yeah. It's out here
this is how you make money. You work.
Remember the pants where people would go pay for them? Like, they were a stupid amount, and somebody would take them out to the field and shoot them with a buckshot shotgun, and then they would resell them. You don't remember that?
No.
It was like in the late 90s.
We couldn't have shotguns in California, so...
Oh, yeah.
We never made cool jeans. We had to buy them from the rednecks that were ripping us off.
You guys were pretty much Australia, weren't you? Like, no shotguns. You guys can't.
Oh,
yeah. Anywho, you guys were probably the ones who bought all the pants.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And now I'm on the other side of the fence, and I'm about to make my money back.
Hey, I bet you. They said, well, that was about 20 years ago, so everything... Comes back around. Yeah. Welcome to the show, guys. We have no idea what we're talking about 90% of the time, and the other 10% of the time we know nothing.
Speak for yourself. I know everything.
I know nothing. That's why I am where I am today.
Yes, absolutely.
Humility. I know nothing about nothing. Show me. Anyway,
God.
Brian, what the heck are what are we talking about
My
today,
goal
man?
today is to see how fast we can get canceled.
Oh, all right. Well,
are you supposed to bleep that word too? Like, am I not allowed to say canceled?
I bet you.
Like, I feel like we're getting to the point where anything with a C in it is basically not language anymore.
That's strange, too, because when Jess came over here, the C word she threw around often, and I don't mean the virus. I don't mean none of that. And she threw that around. I'm like, babe, you can't call people that.
No.
Apparently, it's offensive.
Yes.
But anyway, I get that, I guess.
So,
but for
no, yeah. Here we go. So this is my point. I love this offensive things, and I saw this coming, and we've talked about this before years and years ago when this trophy situation came out, and it started.
You mean eighth place trophy?
Yeah, I didn't like all. I feel like somebody at the trophy shop was like, I got a great idea. Let's get everybody involved in this 8th place trophy, and we will literally sell 7 times more trophies.
I feel like it's deeper, and
I know it is, but I'm just being facetious. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to have a little bit of fun.
Well, the same people that run the government probably own those trophy shops.
Absolutely,
they're smart.
What it's been making me think about was this generational difference that is happening, and I am trying to understand it. So I'm going to get very blunt as possible without getting canceled. And I want to hear an argument for this. So please, if you are listening and you're offended, reach out. Let's have a conversation. I'm open to the conversation. This conversation will be two-sided, so it's not your way, it's not my way. Let's talk about it.
He said hashtag change my mind.
Yeah, basically. Because I'm an analytical brain. I'm a data-driven person. So when the data backs the facts, then here we go. And now you've got something to go on. I feel like my grandpa, right? So let's talk about older generation. Talk about World War II, right?
Man's man.
He worked at the same job for 30 years, retired, had kids, adopted 2 kids, lived the life, had the farm, did the thing, died happy at 90 plus years old.
Yep.
I feel like he did something right.
Yep.
Well, then we had to change it a little bit. And okay, so the change came, and now we come into what would be my parents' generation, where now we're, you know, they're more in like the hippie range of, you know, in the 70s, and we're all about, you know, having different kinds of fun. And people shun that a little bit, but that was still okay for the most part, right?
Until the 80s.
And then we get down to our generation.
All right, the 90s.
And when I was growing up,
long live the 90s, first off.
when I was growing up, you either won or you lost.
There you go. There was a winner and there's a loser.
There was a winner, there was a loser.
And, okay.
It didn't make you a loser, you lost. We understood that. We're not stupid.
Yeah.
Okay? And then we got our driver's license at 16. I was driving well before then, not legally. But, you know, that was the way it was. And then I had to have a job at 18. I was out of high school for 2 days, and I had a full-time job. That was a rough start, right? Because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So I got fired from my first job, and I entered the military.
I detasseled corn. Did you ever do that?
Tasseled corn?
Detasseled.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's a thing.
We don't have corn in California either. We buy corn from you guys.
Like I was 15 or younger. I don't even know. I think he was able to detassel corn at like 13, 14 years old, if I remember correctly, in the corn state of Indiana. But I swear, they got me through this. They took us out on the bus. They took us to the middle of a cornfield.
Okay.
The corn was 90 foot tall.
Sounds like prison, but okay.
Right.
Keep going.
Oh, God. And then you got people out there with whips.
Okay. Definitely sounds like prison. Keep going.
I made it half a day, you know, before I got fired. But
well, let's put it this way.
It was hard.
I had my first official job. Well, not official. I wasn't like on a payroll, but I had my first like hard job at 12 years old. I helped the guy down the street lay bricks. We built brick walls.
Yeah.
All right. We should have started somewhere down in Texas.
I knew that was coming.
So that was my like first job because I wanted something. My mom was like, "There's the lawnmower. Get a job."
Yeah.
That was what they did.
What was that post say when it's my days GoFundMe was, and it shows a picture of the kid mowing the yard?
Exactly.
You know,
it was there's a lawnmower or go get a job. Yep. You want something? I wanted like ice skates or something. She was like, "Cool. There's the lawnmower or go get a job."
Well, I could say this about me. You know, at a young age, I was all about how to make money, and I didn't really. My grandmother had 2 persimmon trees in her yard. I would pick the persimmons off the ground. I would pulp it. I would sell it in jars. I went mussling every year, all summer long with my grandfather. We muscled the river. We did that all year long. At the end of the year, we would take those shells and we'd till them up and we'd sell them, and I would get some money. I mean, I grew up with a entrepreneur kind of mind. I was always trying to do something to sell baseball cards. I was willing and dealing in baseball cards, you know, all these different things. So,
right. So testing new things and experience, right? Because you don't know what you're going to get until you keep going after it. Okay. So this is now our generation. Following that was high school, military, and more work. And it's been work ever since.
Yeah.
By the time I was 21, I had owned my first business. And then at 23, I took over the family's company, and that did very well. Went through a couple of bad divorces, and I'm still here, and I am kicking today. And today, I can call my boss. Like yesterday, I called him. I was like, "Hey, I need something." He was like, "Dude, what's mine is yours. Don't even have to ask." Right? I was borrowing a vehicle.
Come get my boat
from the company.
Right.
What's mine is yours. Don't even have to ask. Why? Because I add value to his life, and because he knows I was raised right, and I'll take care of it. Okay. So this is the basics of generation, and now we're in the world of, I had to make decisions like whether or not I wanted to walk into the bathroom because I didn't know if I was going to get shot. Kids today don't know which bathroom to walk into because they don't know what they identify as that day. True or not? That's just the truth.
I'm going to sit over here and plead the fifth on some things. Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like when you put a litter box in your bathroom, we got a problem. Sorry. I'm just going to speak the way it is. You put a litter box in a public school bathroom, there's a problem.
Okay.
Somebody needs to get fired.
Okay.
Okay. So what I feel like was things got hard. I understand that. Life is hard. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Period. It's not getting any easier. That's where I'm all about this data. It is not getting any easier. If anything, it's getting worse.
It absolutely is.
Because we have coddled America into a crippling state of mind where people don't want to work. Now businesses are struggling. Inflation is at an all-time high. We're now getting to just vote from home. Like you can't get out of your house to go stand in the in a line, for God's sake. Like, come on, give me a break. We're getting to this level of, it's not about speed, it's not about efficiency, it's about cheating the system, and it's about getting control over you. And I believe that firmly. The problem is, I'm all about there being two sides to everything.
I just want to say this. I'm in the quest.
Okay.
I'm looking for 20, 30 acres of land.
Okay.
And I will be out of this rat race of life soon. That's my goal. That's my end game. My end game is to have 30 acres, build a few houses, be able to have my own water, be able to fish, be able to do whatever I want, grow my own crops, have all these things out there. That's what I seek, right? Because I can sit here and I do, and I have, and I've spent many hours complaining about this new generation because it's just, if you stand back from it and watch how this is unfolding, you see the diabolical to it, right? There is something at play here, allowing this, forcing this, pushing this, the agenda of the mass boob tube that's on TV, and what they're trying to do and how they're trying to brainwash people and have people believe certain things. I mean, we literally just watched the most absurd things on TV in the last 2 years, and then people glued to their news station, whichever one, I don't care which one, because they're all owned by the same companies. They're all owned by the same 5 families, right? And you watch people glued to these things, believing everything they say and living in fear and taking everything that the I don't even want to say the word, the G word that runs this country.
Geriatric.
I don't even want to say certain words. You know what I mean? This is where we're at in America. I can't say.
Don't care. So
I can't say certain words.
It to me and I'll say it.
You know what I mean? The government is running these things and controlling these things and having you live in fear and take their ultimate goal is to have you completely dependent upon them. And that's exactly what they're in the last couple years. Mainly, they have made it happen. They have literally taken everything that we conspiracy theorists used to say that they were going to do and have come to fruition now. You got people that, people don't want to work. They don't have to. Why would they? They live off the welfares, the housing, the stimulus checks, the unemployment, this and that, and they get paid way more money than getting a job.
You're welcome, by the way, because I still work and I'm paying for that.
Amen. Right? We got a government that don't want to do things that all countries do, like build a wall. I mean, there is nothing racist about building a wall, because you guess what? 98% of every country in this world has borders and walls built. They do. I have nothing against immigration. I love immigration. Absolutely. I think it's great. I think it's perfect. I want more of it.
Absolutely.
Right? But there is legal and illegal ways to do everything.
Absolutely. And
when we just spent 40, I don't even know what the number is now. I'm guessing it's around $60 billion to this war outside of America, but yet we can't help and create new jobs and create a better economy with that $60 billion. We can't do these things that we need to do. We can't get people back to work. We can't build a wall. We can't get all these things in line. Like this is not the fault of these new generation who's just sitting there believing everything that their college professors telling them.
Well, hold on.
Everything that the news is telling them. Right, I do too. Because
they all have parents.
Well, and the parents are just as messed up as them.
That's my problem right now, is that they all have parents.
And the parents aren't being parents. Because guess what? My kid would have never got an 8th place trophy. I would have made him return that 8th place trophy because he didn't deserve it. That's what I believe a parent should do.
Well, we're getting bullied is the problem. Here's the problem, and this is where I'm going with this. Is what has become the biggest problem is that, let's say I work at a fast food restaurant, right? And you pull up, you order your food, you sound like me, you roll up in a big truck, and you've got a big beard hanging off your face, and I take your card, and it says David on it, and I say, "Thank you, sir," and that chick freaks out and goes to get me fired.
I didn't know where he was going with that. I was like, what's going on here? Where's he?
And that chick
where's he heading?
Freaks out, and I'm a jerk because I've spent 40 years of my life with that being a man. A man's man. You look like Paul Bunyan in your big truck. I've seen you on a couple of country song videos, and I swear you're a dude. Well, the thing and I made a simple mistake, and now you want to take my livelihood? Well, you're bullies.
And that's the thing about it. Like, I don't care. I'm completely great with the whole male, female, non-binary,
oh, yeah,
trans.
I don't care. But don't get mad at me because I make
love
a mistake.
it. I actually love that America is this completely diverse with all these different cultures and things. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I haven't been offended in 8 years by anything anybody has ever did to me.
Okay, so
I've never been offended.
You know how many times that people have thought that I was Hispanic?
Not that people have not been offensive towards me. I just don't get offended.
Well, here's the thing. People have thought I'm Hispanic. People have thought I was Arabic. No, I'm serious. Like when my hair gets a little froey and I get the beard a little longer, like I've gotten it. And I've had like Arabic friends that are great friends that been friends for years. And they're like, I could see it. You probably got some in you. And I'm like, okay. I'm not like, you know what?
He's running back to his family tree.
Dude? Screw you, and now I'm going to get you fired. Like, dude, so what? I know who I am, and that's all that matters. So whether I'm a boy, girl, a square, a rectangle, or a Pepsi can, like, it doesn't matter. That part doesn't matter. We are not
sponsored by Pepsi, by the way.
That part doesn't matter. What we have right now going on, and I've said this in one of our first podcasts, is new age bullying. I am going to threaten your life if you don't see things my way. We can't have two sides. We're not diverse anymore. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's either your side or I'm going to attack you with the full force of the government, the legal system, and I'm now able to threaten your job because I'll make your company so afraid of saying you work there that they don't want to deal with it.
I feel like there's a big picture, and I feel like everybody who feels who's that, right? Everybody who's offended and everybody who thinks they're on such as, I remember protesters and I don't remember it, but protesters in the 60s, they were protesting the Vietnam War. They actually stood for something, right? And they did it peacefully 90% of the time. And back then cops were crazy.
Oh yeah.
Cops didn't give
I was there during Rodney King. I saw some crazy LA got a very bad rep for that, and rightfully so. That was brutal. It was hard to watch.
And the only thing they did, these are your communities.
Right.
If I'm gonna riot, I want to go up. Who am I? What am I rioting against? Guys, listen. I don't want to come off as any type of way, man. I love movements. I'm in a recovery movement, and it's gotten great. Right, but
that's the point. You're in a recovery movement that's making things better. I am
making life better, making life better for millions and millions of people.
But our mental health in this country has severely declined since the beginning of this. I'm going to go attack the Dukes of Hazzards and statues that can't fight back, and I'm going to go attack all these things. If that's what makes you feel better, cool. But we're not doing anything.
But the thing about that is,
we're not making real progress.
The thing about all that is that's all part of the diabolical plan. And that's what I'm trying to get to. Is like they are sitting up here like puppet masters, just like and they're creating this difference. They're creating this, and that's what everybody is always years ago. That's what they said. If you want to divide, if you want to run a country and rule a country and rule a space of people, right? You got to divide and conquer.
Read the Art of War.
And that's what they're doing. Exactly.
A lot of sense.
And that's exactly what they're doing. And it just makes me I'm dumbfounded by people who are sitting there and jumping on either side with all this aggression and all this hatred towards the other side. I don't care which side. There's all this hatred towards the other side, and that's what they're doing. Why can you not see that? That's exactly the plan. You guys are falling into the trap that these evil mother effers are doing.
They're not even trying to hide it is the problem.
No, they don't even care anymore.
The bigger problem is, again, I go back to this bullying situation. It's like there are lots of people out there that I know feel the same way that I do.
Yeah.
they can't say anything because they might lose their job. They might lose a ton of friends that are also scared. Yeah. So when you have such a powerful bullying system at play, what do? That's like trying to sue Facebook. They will send so many lawyers up your butt that you won't even be able to see straight. Here's the thing. I had a car that was a limit. I had a Mercedes back in the day. It was a limit, and I went after Mercedes, and they sent so many lawyers after me.
That's just Mercedes. That's like Mercedes here, Facebook up here.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I showed up to court with me and my mom, right? I'm 25, and there's like 19 lawyers from Mercedes.
Of course.
And I just laughed and walked in the courthouse and was like, you can bring all the people you want. I've got documents that prove everything that I'm saying. So F yourself. Period.
How'd that turn out?
I got the new check and I bought another Mercedes.
Oh, no, you didn't. So they won.
I got the handcrafted expensive one.
They won.
Yeah, absolutely. Works for me.
At the end of the day, that's the name, man. They win. You know, and the whole point of this is, for me, is like I just so... And that's why I'm looking for the acres. Like, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't
want to give up on humanity.
I wouldn't say I give up, because my focus is recovery and helping people and doing
But that's my point, is I feel like I'm better in the fight. I'm going to get in the middle of all of this and go against all of you that are doing nothing but causing bigger problems, because somebody needs to talk about it. Somebody needs to stand up to you guys. But
all I'm saying is, if you got to go at the individual, right? We can't go at the whole genre of people. These people, like, look, you right there. You're on your couch. You are wanting I guarantee you want a better life. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's an inept nature of humans to want better than what they're doing. And if you're sitting on the couch and you're complaining and you're making excuses and you're blaming so-and-so and you did this and you can't get this, I can't do that, I can't, and you're on the couch all day and you're watching Netflix and you're watching TikTok all day long, and you just you can't figure out, and you're miserable and you're sad and you're depressed, you're going to the doctor and you're getting medications, the medications ain't working, you're still depressed, you're doing this, you're doing that, nothing's working out, your relationship's crap, you're not good to your kids aren't good to you. Really, stop sitting on the couch. Stop wishing for something to happen. Make a schedule, make a plan. Stop blaming other people's, and I think it comes down to three things: expect nothing, blame no one, and do something, period.
Yeah, 1,000%. My thing, so I recently was in a conversation with someone that's kind of what got me started on this whole entire thing. He's a younger generation from me, and I realized he had a problem, and so I said something to him, and his response when I said, "Do you need help?" was, "Well, they haven't been able to fix me." I said, "Dude, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, right? Do you hear what you're saying?" And that comes from, well, when I showed up to the baseball stadium, I got a trophy. So as long as I just showed up, somebody did something for me. That's not the way life works. And we're getting the worst shell shock of all of your crap out there. And I'm not talking about the people that are on my side. I'm talking about the other ones that are trying to cancel me right now while I'm literally saying this. They're on their other computer calling all their hacker friends. You people
calling Google
are the ones that are not making a difference. You're making a bunch of people
making noise.
Puppets.
You're making noise.
But it's so loud we can't see past it.
Yeah.
And we've got to stand up at some point and say enough is enough. Because here's the thing. If I would have been raised in that generation, then I wouldn't have never gone through what I went through, because I would have been in a different realm when I believe what I went through made me such a strong individual. I am amazing to my wife. I am best friends with my parents. I have friends that would do anything for me. But you know how I got this? Was going through some hard crap.
Yes.
So many of this generation are getting kicked in the face right now, and it is causing suicide to go up, mental health to go through the roof with problems.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like our generation, our mental health, and there's a lot of people talking like, you can't be tough, you can't be this, you gotta cry and have your feelings, and I get it.
And I cry too, but I'll kick your ass at the same time.
But here's the thing, like first off, Big Pharma is not curing anyone.
No.
Medicine, I know 100 people on depression medicine. And guess what?
They're way more
They're
depressed.
still depressed. Right? Because we're not, you got to stop depending on the doctors and the medications to cure you, to fix you, to do this when you're not willing to do the work. It takes hard work to get through tough times, hard work. And here's the problem with the generation is nobody's willing to put the hard work in to get through the tough times. They get to the tough times and then they just want to sit on the couch hoping somebody, something, some doctor, some medication, somebody, the government pays for me because I'm going to sit on the couch because I can't work because I got anxiety.
No, they're on Amazon looking for a trophy.
Guys, if you want to change your life, you have to do it. You have to get control of this.
The only way your life is going to change is if you do it, period. There's no other. Show me anybody that can argue an actual fact that they sat on the couch and made a ton of money and didn't turn fat and become something else and
that's the thing.
Lose their life.
If you want to control you have to change the way that you think. You have to get control of your emotions. You have to realize that your emotions are not always facts and feelings don't,
Just because you think it doesn't make it true.
It doesn't, but you can get control of this because I believe that, all the mental health problems, right? And nowadays depression and anxiety is ever rampant, right? Because they got somebody who told them that they are depressed. They were misdiagnosed by some quack of maybe even a good doctor. But you know what? They didn't diagnose that person. They diagnosed the symptoms. And all of us have symptoms at certain points in times. And if we get diagnosed at that same time, at that said time, you're going to get misdiagnosed.
It happens all the time with even normal stuff. I have a coworker whose kid was having seizures. Had one at school, rushed him to IU. They're like, we don't know what's wrong. 2 days later, had another one. So we sent him up north and they're like, he's got diabetes. How they didn't catch it, I don't know, but they didn't. It happens all the time. Yeah. That's what the normal, actual, what the
sugar level. You know what the number 3 killer in America is?
What?
Doctors.
Yeah.
For misdiagnosis, cross medications, something going bad, a surgery going wrong. The 3rd leading cause of death in America, and there's a word for it, I can't think of it, but I'm going to say it's doctors, but it's not doctors. It's doctors doing what they do.
Okay. Yeah. They call it a malpractice suit.
Right. It's a malpractice suit, but there's an actual word for it. But when you go into the hospital and going to the doctor's office, it's dangerous. It's the third leading. And because why? Guys, we have so many natural herbs and things and nutritions and way you eat. That's major in your depression. That's major in your anxiety. That's major in how you feel and your feelings and your emotions. Well, yeah. Get rid of sugar. Get rid of your dairy. Get rid of your carbs. These types of things will change your life.
Sensitivity test, and it'll tell you what you could be allergic to or could be causing some issues for you. That's one thing. Your stomach and your brain are connected through the vagus nerve, so it actually does affect your brain. But to top that off, none of you are doing anything to actually feed your brain.
So you take
all the knowledge you had from high school, which was barely math and maybe a little bit of history, and you're out there trying to rule the world without picking up another book. I hate reading, and yet I still pick up books or I buy the audio version, and I just sit there and listen and read along with it.
We made it simple for you.
Yeah. That's where technology is advancing, and that's great. Mm-hmm. That works. Data factual proves it. This other stuff is not working. So I implore you as a friend, as a parent, as a coworker, speak your mind. Stop being so afraid of everyone. I am admired by, I would argue, most of my work, right? Because they know when they talk to me, there's no sugarcoating.
They're going to get the straightforward answer.
You're getting the truth.
You're going to get what I feel.
If you suck, you suck. If you don't, you don't.
If you suck, look, here, you suck. Here's why you suck. Here's what we can do about it.
Right.
Work on this. I implore you, get rid of sugar.
Mind, body, and soul. Everything's about balance. Everything's about balance.
Stop drinking pop.
Yes.
High fructose corn syrup. Stop doing it and see how much better you feel. Just stop.
Here's the facts of life. No one's ever died from an actual heartbreak.
Are you sure?
They've tried to claim it, but there's nothing that backs it, right? There's no data that backs it. No one has ever died from an anxiety attack. That's a fact. So all of these things that they're stimulating and we need to uplift these people and you need to now nobody wants to get married. Nobody wants to have kids. This is what's happening. And that's what they wanted to happen.
Yeah.
They want to make you so afraid of having kids and so afraid of all these things. And they want to make it so easy for you to get rid of your poor decision on a Friday night when you decided to get drunk and take on 6 dudes. Sorry.
Here's a medication.
I want to keep that in.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you this, and we're
You're
going
gonna need a shot for that too, by the way.
fix your life. Yeah, you got bigger problems than a baby.
Nobody's gonna fix you guys. Nobody's gonna fix you.
Nobody can fix you.
Nobody's coming to save you. Nothing, man. If you guys, once you guys realize that nobody's coming to save you, and the help that you are going to get from the powers to be is not going to be help that's going to be there for you in the long run. It's not going to do you any good here and here.
Well, I'm going to say the most
Get up off the
offensive
couch.
thing that I think I've ever said on this channel, and we're not going to bleep it. It's perfectly fine.
I'm scared.
Here's what happened. We kicked God out of this country, and he was like, cool, good luck. And look what's happened. We took him out of school. I'm surprised we haven't taken him off the money.
Oh,
We've taken him out of so many things
Why is he
and made it
still
where
on
we
the
couldn't
money?
be okay going to church and everything is bad and we're causing all these issues and, oh, you're a Christian? Oh, man. Oh, you're a Muslim? Oh, man. You know, I got Christian friends, Muslim friends, Catholic friends, Buddhist friends. I've got all these friends. You know what the true believers in all those different religions have in common? We're all looking for the good things in life.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
that's what real religion is, in my opinion. And we can get into that later. I believe that God created all these different religions because he knew that everybody spoke different languages. I believe it's all still one God at some level. We all just call him something different or her something different or the elephant something different. Whatever it looks like, right?
Doorknob.
Like, it doesn't matter to me. We kicked them out and we got this. So when you remove God from your life and from the country and then you see that there's a big problem, that's factual data. Prove me wrong. I would love to hear it. And I will get into it with anybody. My wife has always told me, man, you love to argue. And I said,
Hashtag
no, I
change
don't.
my
And I'm
mind.
going to argue with you about how much I don't love to argue.
All right, guys, we love you, man. Make sure you send this over to a friend.
Like, subscribe.
Hit that button
share this
down
with your
there.
friends,
Quit being
guys.
an a-hole. Hit the button. Love you guys.
It's free, I promise.